Hi, I'm Dave Atkinson and welcome to Life on the Straight. The crews returned to work on Monday, September 23rd, both of them, Perry Construction and Pacific Northwest Tree Service. Over the next couple of days, Frank's crew would finish sealing off the gap between where the old house siding ended and where the new roof began. They also wrapped the two posts holding up the new roof and finished the other hip roof ending on the bedroom side of the deck. Standing beneath the deck, you could now get a feel for the improvement it would provide. The placing of the supporting posts was not random. Frank knew that the existing kitchen window, the view blocking slider type, would be replaced with a larger picture window, and it would be moved on the wall so that it was directly over where the new farm-style kitchen sink was going to go. From inside the kitchen looking out the window, we would now have a clear view of the Olympic Mountains. The way it was before, one of the three posts, along with the slider window center frame, was right in the center of the view. When you have a property with views like this one has, you want to maximize those views. In addition to the roof work, Frank's crew began to demo the north end of the garage. Frank drilled the concrete garage floor to determine its depth and found out that it was thick enough to support the new stud walls. He also found something else. The garage floor had been purposely sloped, with two drains leading outside. Did the original owner plan on washing his car inside of the garage? That sure is what it looked like. Beginning near the wall of the house, each stud in the new wall would have to be slightly longer until they reached the outer wall. Frank would also permanently seal off those two outside drains. We received a batch of plans from the cabinet guy, which included the kitchen, pantry, and master bath. Amy and I had since traveled to an appliance store in Silverdale to look at the various brands and models. For the fridge freezer, we elected to go with the same unit that our neighbor had, which was Electrolux. They offered a column-style fridge and freezer, along with a trim package that made it look like it was one big unit. We also decided to go with KitchenAid appliances elsewhere with the exception of a Bosch dishwasher. We would now have a kitchen with two ovens, a microwave oven combo wall unit, and a dual fuel cooktop oven with a downdraft vent for the island. Dual fuel means propane burners with an electric oven, and a center downdraft vent would mean no view blocking vent hood over the island. We were working with Frank and his cabinet guy Jeff on what the hall bathroom would look like. The larger door that was planned to accommodate my wheelchair created some issues with the vanity, and we were told that a normal-sized sink would not fit in a smaller depth countertop. Our solution was a wall-mounted faucet, which would remove the fixtures from the countertop and allow more room for a standard-sized undermount sink. Frank's plumber also wanted to nail down the exact bathtub we would be using, and whether the trap would sit above the rough floor or down within the area between the joists. The cabinet guy needed the make and model of the kitchen sink we would be using, as that would have an impact on his cabinets. We also discussed the shelving that would go within our new walk-in master closet. As Frank and his crew and subs did their thing, Amy and I were out in a motorhome on our computers researching all kinds of things that we would have to commit to shortly, along with where we would buy them. That was one of the best things about being on site in our motorhome during the entire remodel. Whenever Frank had a question or wished to share something with us, we were right there. Decisions could be made immediately. A friend of ours had cabinets below the kitchen sink that had a cutout for the dishwasher unit, the disposal unit, and that is what we wanted. Amy also liked the look of beadboard behind the pantry shelving, and she liked pull-out shelves and drawers for the pantry. In fact, we elected to go with pull-out drawers for all of our lower cabinets, as they would be easier for me to access from a wheelchair. Our old lower cabinets all had doors and required getting down on one's hands and knees to see what was stuffed way in the back. This wraps up another week of our Epic Remodel project. Thank you for watching Life on the Straight, and please consider subscribing, which is free, to stay abreast of new content.